Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts for some youth baseball action, courtesy of the Lou Tompkins All-Star League. Today's game is between Brookline and Muddy River. Brookline coming in with a 2-2 record, coming off a pretty dominant victory over Waltham 2 days ago, a 7-0 win that improved them back to a 500 record while dealing Waltham its first loss of the season. Muddy River, on the other side, coming in with an 0-2 record. They were supposed to play at Everett on Tuesday, but that game was canceled, and so they come in with one of the two remaining winless records in the A Division at 0-2 following an 11-0 loss to Acton Boxborough and a 12-4 loss to Natick. So let's take a quick look at the starting lineups as the players warm up and get ready to get started. Brookline coming into this game missing 4 of their starters from Tuesday's action. Owen Roach, Aiden Chin, Caleb McGrath, and Jasper Reed, all absent today. So we've got a few differences from Tuesday's lineup. Leading off this time will be Brage Golding, number 11, taking the extra hitter position after playing left field on Tuesday. He went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a run scored in Tuesday's action. Had a sac bunt that allowed him to reach on an error, although a borderline error, as it was a very beautifully placed bunt. And batting second, Rocco Shorgy, returning to his same spot in the field and in the lineup as Tuesday. The number 8 jersey number wearer, once again playing the hot corner at third base. On Tuesday, he was definitely one of the better performers at the plate. Went 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 stolen bases, and 2 runs scored. This included a pretty crazy double steal play that was a design play by Brookline, I was told by one of the coaches earlier today. They called it a walk-off, where Aiden Chin basically started walking from first to second base to try and draw the fielder's attention. And then once their attention was drawn, Shorgy darted for home, and the play worked so well that everybody was safe. For those of you who listened to my broadcast on Tuesday, you know that play temporarily broke my brain, and I had to take some time between innings to recover from that. Batting third in the lineup will be Andrew Silverman, number 9, who will be subbing in for Aiden Chin at the center field position and at the third spot in the lineup. Taking the cleanup spot once again is Ramsey Annis. He was the extra hitter on Tuesday, but today he'll be filling in for Jasper Reed behind the plate. Had a rough outing at the plate on Tuesday, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, though his final at-bat, he had a long fly ball that looked like it could have turned into something, but fell just short of the wall, perhaps due to wind resistance. So we'll see if he's got another big swing in him today, and if that can turn into some better results. Forming the other end of the battery will be the number 5 hitter, and today's pitcher, number 47, John Kim. Kim will be stepping in following a stellar complete game performance from Jake Levin on the mound on Tuesday. 7 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, only 2 strikeouts as he received some great assistance from his fielders on Tuesday. Next on the lineup is Jack Martell, who moves from second base to shortstop to cover for Caleb McGrath. He went 2 for 3 on Tuesday with a run scored, an RBI, and was caught stealing once, although it was quite a successful day for Brookline on the base paths. They went 4 of 5 on steals overall. Eli Rothman once again playing first base. Number 27 will be batting in the 7th spot in the lineup today after going 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Jake Levin, who was the pitcher on Tuesday, has been moved to second base to cover for Martell, moving over to McGrath's position. He went 0 for 2 with a strikeout at the plate on Tuesday. Rounding things out, in the number 9 spot, we have Declan Tracy. number 71, playing right field in place of the absent Owen Roach. And then in the final 10th spot is Ian Glick, number 2, playing left field. He was a defensive substitution for Brage Golding and made a very nice catch in left center field on the run to end Tuesday's contest. We'll see what other sort of defensive performances he can give, now being given the starting role in left field. For Muddy River, they gave us a lineup with first names and no jersey numbers, so I'll do my best with what I have. Leading off will be Marcos playing shortstop, followed by Arches, rough handwriting here, having a little trouble with this name, but either way, he's playing center field. Then Aiden, the extra hitter, Nate, the first baseman, Francisco, the catcher, Oliver W., the third baseman, Aldis, the second baseman, Andrew, the left fielder, Oliver S., the right fielder, and Jefferson, the pitcher. We've got a lovely day for baseball today as opposed to the pregame and very early stages of Tuesday's game where we had some rain and some thunder that threatened the status of the game up until the very last minute, but it safely passed over this area and the game was able to safely be played. And good for Brookline in that regard as they turned in their most complete outing of the season to date. 7 runs scored and 0 runs allowed. Doesn't get much better than that. So as we wait for things to get going, I will take a short break, mute the mic for a couple minutes while I take a short break before the game gets started. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome back to the action. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here live at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts for some youth baseball action between Brookline and Muddy River. First pitch from Brookline pitcher John Kim is high for a ball. As we have the shortstop Marcos at the plate. Fires the pitch. It's a grounder. It's heading over to shortstop. Oh, and it's juggled by Martel. And Marcos reaches first safely. So now the center fielder, number 5, Arches, up to the plate. John Kim sets, winds and fires. Swung on and missed. That's strike 1. Marcos at first base after reaching on an error at short by Jack Martel. Here's the pitch. Gets him inside for a foul ball. Goes back to the backstop, and we've got no 2 count. Kim checks the runner at first, and he throws back. But Marcos gets back easily. Kim steps back on the mound, checks the runner again, sets, and steps off the back to check the runner. Nobody moves. Marcos didn't even step back to first base. Kim sets, winds and fires, low and away for ball 1. 1-2 now the count. Kim sets, fires, and just catches the outside corner. First strikeout of the game, and that's the first out of the inning. As now coming up is number 8, the extra hitter, Aiden. Kim sets. Here comes the pitch. Inside for ball 1. Aiden had to step back a sec there to avoid the pitch as it comes inside for the first ball. Kim winds and fires. Outside this time, but he catches the corner, and that'll be strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Kim checks Marcos at first base. Delivers the pitch. Outside, can't catch the corner this time, and we've got a 2-1 count. One down, runner on first here in the top of the first. John Kim fires the pitch. Just low. 3-1 now the count. Kim checks the runner. Lines and fires, and that's high for ball 4. So Aiden gets a free pass down to first base, and we've got runners on first and second. As we now have number 16, the first baseman. That's Nate coming to the plate. And it looks like Nate is going to be our first lefty hitter of the day. Oh, it looks like Muddy River is going to bring in a pinch runner. There's a... And a little bit of confusion trying to figure out the substitution logistics as they bring in a pinch runner for Aiden at first base. This is number 7. Didn't quite catch the name of this player. But now we've got Nate at the plate. Kim winds and fires. Big swing, but he missed. Strike 1. So an 0-1 count. We've got runners on first and second and 1 out here in the top of the first. John Kim facing a bit of a jam here early in the game as he delivers the next pitch. Just low for ball 1. Kim checks the runner at second and pulls back to check the runner. This time Kim fires, and it's connected, and it pulls foul. Could have been a dangerous hit right there if it stayed fair, but it curves foul down the right side. So instead we have a 1-2 count. Connections like that can make a pitcher a little nervous, though. And you've got a runner in scoring position, and you almost give up a hit. So now John Kim facing the 1-2 count against Nate. He fires. Low again. Ball 2, and the runner takes off. Marcos took off for third. So now we have runners on the corners with 1 out. We got a runner closer to home and 1 less force out on the base paths. Kim sets. Fires. And he hits Nate. And so the bases are now loaded with 1 out. The pinch runner was taking off for second as the pitch was being thrown, but it ultimately didn't matter as the pitch curved just a little too far inside and hit Nate. So next up, we've got Francisco, catcher. Kim winds and fires. Outside, ball 1. Kim fires the 1-0 pitch. Low and away again. Ball 2. Two 2-0 the count. Bases loaded. Kim fires. Connects. Sends it through the right gap. Runner's going to come in. Marco scores. And we're going to have a play at the plate. And it's not in time. The pinch runner scores as well. A single through the gap on the right side by Francisco brings in 2 runs. And now Muddy River taking a very quick 2-0 lead over Brookline. Oliver W. now stepping into the box. The third baseman with runners on the corners again. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Runners on the corners, still only one down. Kim winds and fires. He connects on it. This is going to be a grounder over to the shortstop, and it's bobbled again by Martell. Everybody reaches safely, and a runner comes in. Nate comes in to score as Oliver W. reaches on the second error of the inning. Muddy River with a quick 3-0 lead over Brookline. Next batter is number 23, Aldis, and he fouls off the first pitch. Oh, 1 the count, runners on first and second. Kim fires. This one is high for ball 1. Kim sets, winds and fires, high and inside, ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Kim delivers. Just catches the outside corner again. 2-2 the count. Kim checks the runner at second. Delivers. Oh! Big curve there, and he gets the strikeout looking. That pitch looked like it was going to come in around head level, but then it just dropped off the table and into the strike zone. And Kim has his second strikeout of the day as he fires the first pitch to number 13, Andrew, the left fielder, and it's high for a ball. And we got a slight pause here as they're having a number of the Muddy River players vacate the dugout in order to stay in accordance with social distancing rules. As Kim fires the 1-0 pitch. Right in there for strike 1. So a 1-1 count. 2 down. Runners on first and second. Muddy River leads Brookline 3-0. Kim fires the pitch. Foul tipped back. And that'll make it a 1-2 count. Andrew, the second lefty hitter of the game, steps back into the box. Kim sets, delivers, and it's connected, but it's fouled down the third base line. Now a 1-2 count still. John Kim, 1 strike away from escaping a tough first inning. Stares in, fires, and just catches the outside corner for his third looking strikeout of the inning. So Muddy River scores 3 times in the top of the first, connecting on actually only 1 base hit the entire inning. Did 1 base hit, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, and 2 reach-on errors that resulted in 3 runs. So, tough inning, but not one that Brookline can't come back from defensively. But first they're going to need to come back from it offensively, as the Brookline leadoff hitters will be getting ready to step up in the bottom of the first inning. They'll be facing off against Muddy River's pitcher, number 3, that's Jefferson. And leading things off for Brookline will be their lefty hitter, Brage Golding. Following him up will be the third baseman, Rocco Shorgy, and the center fielder, Andrew Silverman. Muddy River comes into this contest having had considerable struggles on the defensive side. They're giving up an average of 11.5 runs per game, but of course they had only scored 2 runs per game coming in, and they dropped 3 in the top of the first inning. It's too early in the season to really say what a team is or isn't, as anything can happen, whether it be a more easy or a more difficult schedule early on in the season, or players can't make it. Brookline's certainly dealing with that, as 4 of their starters from Tuesday's contest are absent today. So this is why they always say, this is why we play the games in the field instead of on paper. So as the Muddy River fielders warm up, we've got Jefferson on the mound, Francisco completing the battery behind the plate. At first base we have Nate. Second base we have Aldis. Third base Oliver W. Shortstop Marcos. Andrew in left field. Arches in center field, and Oliver S. in right field. And as Muddy River finishes up their warm-ups, we are just about ready to get the bottom of the first underway. Brage Golding, the extra hitter today, stepping into the box, the leadoff man. A lefty hitter stands in. Jefferson sets. He winds and fires. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Jefferson delivers. Golding fouls that one behind the backstop. Slightly over to the left side. That'll make it an 0-2 count. Golding swinging early and often in this at-bat. Jefferson winds and delivers. Another foul to the left side by Golding. Third baseman started to chase it, but it was quickly out of his reach. 3 pitches and 3 swings from Brage Golding. 1 whiff and 2 foul balls. And we have an 0-2 count. The lefty steps back into the box. Jefferson sets. He delivers. High and outside. Ball 1. One thing that the Brookline hitters were especially good at 2 days ago was plate patience and resilience, keeping the at-bats nice and long. And as Jefferson fires the 1-2 pitch and just catches the outside corner. He gets Golding looking, and that's the first out of the inning. So Rocco Shorgy steps in. He had a nice day at the plate on Tuesday. Went 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 steals, and 2 runs scored. We'll see what he's able to do this time. Jefferson sets. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 1. Jefferson ready to deliver the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Low and inside, ball 2. So an early hitters count here for the number 2 hitter, Rocco Shorgy. As Jefferson sets. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Right down Broadway. And that's going to be strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Here's the pitch. Low and inside once again. And that's a 3-1 count now. Jefferson gets ready to deliver. Lines and fires. In there again for strike 2. We got a full count now. Jefferson sets. Delivers the pitch. Rocco makes contact and fouls it off down the right side. Rocco Shorgy with a nice reach there. Pitcher kind of caught him chasing after a pitch that was probably outside the zone. But he managed to foul it off and stay alive. Jefferson fires again. Connection, and this one's going to go up the middle. Clean single up the middle by Rocco Shorgy. After a resilient at-bat, Shorgy pulls through and reaches first base safely for Brookline's first hit of the day. Now up with a runner on first and 1 out, the center fielder, number 9, Andrew Silverman. Jefferson sets. He fires. That one is high. A little over Silverman's head and almost got away from the catcher. Some heads-up reaction by Francisco behind the plate to prevent the potential steal. Jefferson with the 1-0 pitch. Low and away for ball 2. So another early advantage for Brookline, as Jefferson's been struggling with the height of his pitches so far. Jefferson winds and delivers. Fouled to the backstop by Silverman. 2-1 now the count. Muddy River still with a 3-0 lead over Brookline, but Brookline now has a runner on first in Rocco Shorgy with Andrew Silverman at the plate, facing a 2-1 count. The pitch from Jefferson. Shorgy takes off. It's a ball low in the dirt. And Shorgy stumbles a little, but slides clumsily into second base safely. So Shorgy with his 3rd steal in as many days. He now stands in scoring position as Silverman faces a 3-1 count. Jefferson checks the runner, fires, and it curves away to the outside, ball 4. Silverman takes a free trot down to first base, and the cleanup hitter, Ramsey Annis, steps in. Francisco taking a trip out to the mound to talk with Jefferson, as Ramsey walks over to talk with one of the coaches. Runners on first and second here, with 1 out in the bottom of the 1st. Muddy River leads 3-0 with the tying run at the plate. Ramsey Annis, of course, had a rough outing at the plate on Tuesday, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but we'll see what he can pull off today. Jefferson sets. He fires. Ramsey cuts and fouls it behind the plate for strike 1. Annis stands back in. Jefferson sets. Here comes the pitch. In there for strike 2. Annis falls behind quickly, 0-2 in the count. Jefferson fires. This one's in the dirt, skips past the catcher. The runners both take off. Rocco Shorgy advances to 3rd And Andrew Silverman goes to second. So now 2 in scoring position for Annis as he faces a 1-2 count. Jefferson sets. He delivers. Ramsey swings and connects, and that one's going to go deep out to left field. It'll be caught by the left fielder, but both runners are going to take off. And easily scoring is Rocco Shorgy as Silverman trots down to third. A successful sac fly to left by Ramsey Annis. Shorgy scores. Silverman to third. And Brookline now on the board. Stepping in next is John Kim, the pitcher, trying to help his own cause. First pitch is low for ball 1. Runner on third, 2 outs. Jefferson to deliver the 1-0 pitch. Inside, gets behind, back to the backstop, but a helpful bounce back to the catcher. And Silverman doesn't go. Brookline still trailing 3-1, but they are just 90 feet away from making this a 1-run game. 2-0 the count to Kim. Jefferson fires. Right in there. 2-1 the count. Jefferson delivers. Just catches the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2, now the count. With 2 down, Andrew Silverman at third base. John Kim, the pitcher, trying to add to his own cause after a rough first inning where he gave up 3 runs. Jefferson winds and fires. He reaches out and connects for a slow roller down to first base, and he's not going to get there in time. That'll end the inning. So that'll end the first inning with Muddy River holding a 3-1 lead over Brookline. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to mute the mic for a quick between innings break, but I'll be back soon. Stay tuned. And we're back here at Warren Field. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, broadcasting some Lou Tompkins youth baseball action between Brookline and Muddy River. Muddy River back to the plate for the top of the second, starting with the right fielder, number 2, Oliver S. First pitch from John Kim is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Kim winds and delivers. He connects with it, and it's dropped by the second baseman. A liner that seemed like it could have been an out, and a quick out, but instead turns into a runner on first base. And it's the 3rd error in 2 innings by the Brookline infielders, as the pitcher, Jefferson, steps in with a runner on first and nobody out. Kim winds and delivers. In there for a strike. Brookline fielders had, I believe, just 1 error on Tuesday and came up with several spectacular highlight-worthy defensive plays, but struggling early today as Kim checks the runner, Oliver S., at first base. Kim sets, he fires. Jefferson connects on a hit and run, but it looks like it's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop, and it's caught by Martell. The runner had plenty of time to dart back to first base on the failed hit and run, and that'll be 1 quick out as we cycle back to the top of the lineup with the shortstop, number 1, Marcos, stepping into the box. Kim winds and fires. Inside, but we got a steal attempt. Ennis throws down to second. Did they get him? No, just didn't catch him in time. A nice slide around the back side by Oliver S. And now with a 1-0 count, Kim delivers. Inside, ball 2. 2-0 at the count, with a runner now on second, and 1 out. Kim, mistimed there. Kim was looking for a pickoff attempt, and he might have caught him, but a bit of miscommunication with the second baseman, Jake Levin, who was back to cover, but then had darted back to his position, thinking Kim was about to throw the pitch. Kim checks the runner back at second again. Kim this time delivers the pitch. A foul off to the right side by Marcos. And we got a 2-1 count. Kim fires. Connected. Right back to the pitcher. He throws over to third to get the tag, and they got it. They try to also get the force at first, but not in time. But a nice play on a grounder to get the lead runner. Kim recognized, had some good awareness there that he had the time to check the runner at third and that he was probably already taking off, and he was. He gets the lead runner, Oliver S., out at third. And now there's 2 down with a runner on first. First pitch to the number 2 hitter, Arches. And it's in there for a strike. Next pitch. And the batter was trying to say it hit him, but the umpire saying if it comes over the plate and it hits you, that's not a hit by pitch, that's a strike. So 0-2 the count. Runner takes off. Swung on and missed, though, and it gets away from the catcher. And tries to throw him out at first, can't do it. And they try to get a tag at third, and it doesn't quite work. So, bit of trouble there for Brookline as they got the last strike of the inning, but it was dropped by Ramsey Ennis, and he was scrambling to find it. It even went off the ump's foot at one point, just in the madness of it. And Arches is able to successfully reach first, while Marcos darts all the way down to third. And now stepping in is Aiden, center fielder. Kim winds and fires, and it goes all the way to the backstop, and Arches trots down to second, but no move from Marcos. So Aiden now facing a 1-0 count. Except it's not Aiden, it's the pinch runner from last time whose name I didn't catch. John Kim fires the pitch. It's high for ball 2. Runners on second and third. Kim fires. It curves back into the strike zone this time for strike 1. 2-1 the count, with runners on second and third and 2 outs. Kim winds and delivers, and it curves back into the strike zone again. Kim really delivering with what appears to be some nice sliders that are just dropping right into the strike zone. And he does another, but once again it's a drop to third strike. And the throw to first is over his head, and a run is going to come in. Another runner is coming into the plate, and the throw gets away from Annis, and we've got 2 runs coming in. Another runner's going to third. They throw down to third. The throw gets away from the third baseman, but it's recovered by the left fielder. What a collection of errors there as 2 more runs come in for Muddy River. The third strike was dropped. Ennis this time had enough time to track it down, but his throw to first base sailed over Eli Rothman's head and into right field. Marcos trotted in. Arches came around from second and beat the throw to the plate as the throw got away from Ennis. And then Ennis tried to throw out the pinch runner, number 7, at third base, and that throw got away from him. So now, with a runner on third and 2 down, we have a ball thrown to Nate for a 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch from Kim. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. The pitch in the dirt, but recovered this time by Ennis. That's going to be... And it was actually a strike. So 1-2 the count. So 1-2 count, and Nate calls timeout. 2 outs. Number 7 standing over at third for Muddy River. As Muddy River leads 5-1, and Nate connects on this one. It sails down the right side, but it's foul. That one really flew, but unfortunately for Nate, it flew in the wrong direction and it goes foul. Count still 1-2. Kim winds and delivers. This one just low for ball 2. Nate steps back into the box. Kim sets, winds and fires, curves into the strike zone again for strike 3. The top of the second mercifully comes to an end for Brookline after giving up another pair of runs, all on errors. As we get ready for the bottom of the second, Muddy River leads 5-1 now.
Cuando el chamaquito dice el último out, él viene y me saca el money, él saca el chamaquito y mete el money. Está bien. Lo sacó y el chamaquito es el último out. Quiere decir que Mike tiene que esperar 9 bateadores para poder batear.
Thus far, out of the 5 runs Muddy River has scored, only one of them, I believe, counts as an earned run against John Kim, as the rest came as the result of fielding errors. Such a difference from how things worked on Tuesday, as the Brookline fielders on Tuesday did a fantastic job backing up Jake Levin. As I said, Levin only had 2 strikeouts on the day, but still delivered a complete game shutout. Not the case this time. As we get ready for Brookline's next batter in the top of the second, and that'll be Jack Martell, who had a nice day at the plate on Tuesday. He went 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. And as the Muddy River fielders finish warming up, Jack Martell steps into the box. Jefferson sets for the first pitch of the half inning. He delivers. Curves in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Jefferson getting ready for the 0-1 pitch. He delivers. Now it skips to the backstop, but no runners on, so it's just a harmless ball. 1-1 now the count. Jefferson sets. Winds and fires. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Martell. Here comes the pitch. Catches the outside corner again, but the third strike was dropped and they started throwing around the infield, but they still managed to catch him in time. Catcher just briefly dropped the third strike. Martell noticed it and made the heads-up dash for first base as the catcher threw down to third to start throwing around the infield. But the third baseman caught things in time and managed to throw Martell out at first. So now we have Eli Rothman up at the plate with 1 out. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Jefferson sets. Here comes the 1-0. Inside again for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Jefferson winds and fires. Skips away to the backstop, ball 3. Rothman now facing a 3-0 count. Jefferson delivers. Right down the middle for strike 1. Pretty traditional strategy there. Just sit there and take the 3-0 pitch on the chance you get ball 4 on the next one. The 3-1 pitch coming. Down the middle again for strike 2. And now Rothman faces a full count. Here comes the pitch. He swung on and missed. Strike 3. And so now, after back-to-back strikeouts, Jake Levin steps to the plate. Jefferson sets. He delivers. Catches the low end of the strike zone for strike 1. Jefferson sets and fires. Levin connects with it, but it's fouled off down the right side. 0-2 now the count. Levin, of course, went 0 for 2 with a strikeout on Tuesday. He now faces an 0-2 count in his first at-bat of this game. Swings and missed. He started to call timeout, but the pitcher was already in motion, and instead Levin tries to take a cut at it and misses. So 3 up and 3 down for Brookline in the bottom of the second. All strikeouts as Jefferson is starting to find his groove for Muddy River. So the Brookline defense gets ready to come back out for the top of the third. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live from Warren Field, and I will mute the mic for a quick break between innings, but I will be back shortly. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am still Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and we are back with the top of the third inning of this Lou Tompkins Youth Baseball contest between Brookline and Muddy River. Muddy River with a 5-1 lead as they get set to start the third inning. It's the catcher Francisco leading off the inning as John Kim fires the first pitch. It curves down into the dirt for ball one. Kim winds and fires. This time it curves into the strike zone, just catches the inside corner, and we've got a 1-1 count. Kim winds and delivers. Caught him with an off-speed pitch, 1-2. One and two. Kim winds and fires. Gets him swinging, it drops in the dirt. And this time, Annis chases him down, taking no chances, and applies the tag. Dropped third strikes were definitely a struggle for Brookline in the previous inning, as twice John Kim had the inning-ending strikeout, but it was a dropped third strike and then a throwing error led to some free passes. So the first pitch to the next batter, Oliver W., is in there for a strike. Oh and 1 the count. Kim winds and fires. Low this time, ball one. The 1-1 pitch is also low. 2-1. Kim winds and delivers. Connects on it, goes to the shortstop. Martell fields it cleanly this time and throws it to first, and he's got the out. A clean 6-3 ground out. Gets the second out of the inning. And those are the kinds of plays that Brookline really needs to get out of the fielding funk they've been in. Catcher handling a dropped third strike easily, and then the shortstop fielding things cleanly for a ground out. And the first pitch to Aldis is a strike. Swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Kim winds and fires, and that one is way inside, almost hits him. Ball one. Kim delivers. We got another grounder. This one's slow rolling to shortstop. Martell tries to barehand it. He can't. So Aldis reaches on what could be considered another error for Martell over at shortstop. He had 2 errors in the first inning. Now that one could be his 3rd. First pitch is hit, a sharp grounder over to second, fielded by Levin, thrown to first, and that ground out will end the inning. So Andrew hits the first pitch into a 4-3 ground out, and the top of the 3rd ends cleanly for Brookline. They managed to get out without giving up a score, and they'll be getting ready to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning, try and put a dent into this Muddy River lead. Score is currently 5-1. Due up for Brookline will be the bottom of their lineup first, as we have Declan Tracy, the right fielder, and Ian Glick, the left fielder. And we cycle back to the top of the lineup with Brage Golding. Jefferson finishes his warm-up pitches after he was absolutely dealing in the bottom of the 2nd. 3 consecutive strikeouts. The bottom of the 1st was a little tougher, as he gave up a hit to Shorgy, a walk to Silverman, and a sacrifice fly to Ramsianis. But that 1 run was all Brookline would get in the 1st inning. So now Declan Tracy, the right fielder and another left-handed batter, comes to the plate. Jefferson sets, stares in, fires the first pitch. Swung on and hit over to the second baseman. It's a slow roller. They throw to first and they catch him. So 1 pitch and 1 out as Declan Tracy grounds out in his first at bat. So now Ian Glick, another lefty, comes up to the plate. Glick, of course, had the nice catch in left center on Tuesday as a defensive replacement to end the game. First pitch just catches the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Jefferson winds and fires. Glick couldn't stop himself from swinging on the high pitch, and it's 0-2 the count. Jefferson sets the 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt, and that's ball 1. 1-2 now the count. 1 out for the number 10 hitter, Ian Glick. Jefferson delivers. Glick fouls it off. Caught a piece of it with his bat, and it bounced off of the catcher's glove. His catcher had to take his glove off for a second and walk that one off. That one may have caught a piece of his finger or something inside the glove as he shakes his hand off, waiting for the pitcher to get set again. Catcher is set once again. Seems to be all right, as Glick stands back into the box to take the next 1-2 pitch. Jefferson delivers. That one's inside for ball 2. Glick had to jump back from that one. Now he's got a 2-2 count. Jefferson sets. Lines and delivers. Connects with it. Goes right back to the pitcher, but skips past him. The shortstop grabs it, tries to throw him out, and they got him. Boy, a nice play by the shortstop Marcos on that play, as it seemed like it was going to go into center after going past the pitcher's head, but instead it turns into a ground out, and Golding comes to the plate as a chopper flies over our heads. And Rage Golding, the third straight lefty hitter for Brookline in this inning. Jefferson fires. Golding tried to lay down the bunt, may have caught a piece of it, but it ends up in the catcher's glove either way for strike one. It was a high pitch. It seemed like maybe he was trying to pull back, but couldn't pull back in time. Jefferson winds and fires. Brage swings through this time. It bounces right to the second baseman for another ground out. So 3 quick ground outs as Brookline goes 3 up, 3 down once again. That puts an end to the third inning as Muddy River still leads 5-1. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. We'll mute the mics for a quick break between innings, but I'll be back soon. Stay tuned. And welcome back. I am still Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, for some Lou Tompkins youth baseball action between Brookline and Muddy River. Muddy River leading 5-1 as we start the top of the fourth with Oliver S., number 2, batting for Muddy River. John Kim delivers the first pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Kim winds, delivers the 0-1 pitch. Drops off the table low for ball 1. Kim has been making good use of those sinking pitches. Winds and fires this one. Oliver connects, flies out to left, almost caught, but just out of the glove of Ian Glick as Oliver darts down to second, and he stands in safely. Ian Glick gave it a nice chase out and left, but it bounced just off his glove, just out of his reach. And Oliver S. gets a stand-up double to lead off the inning. And now we've got the pitcher, Jefferson, standing in. Except I think we got a pinch hitter. It's number 18. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch just misses the corner for ball 1. And another pitch just low, ball 2. Number 18 seems to be named Asher. So Asher facing a 2-1 count against John Kim as he delivers, swung on and missed, strike 2. We got a 2-2 count with a runner on second and nobody out here on the top of the fourth. Kim sets, and he delivers. That one's a little low. And that's going to make it a full count. Here comes the pitch from Kim. He swings and misses and strikeout. You know, in spite of the score, John Kim's actually done a pretty good job pitching so far this game. Muddy River has put up 5 runs, but only one of them would count as an earned run due to multiple errors in the field. And he has come up with a nice collection of strikeouts, making work of his moving pitches. Marco steps in, and we got a pickoff attempt, and not in time. as Kim tried to pick off Oliver S. at second base, but he was able to get back safely. 1 out, Marcos at the plate, and he gets hit. First pitch, and it's a little too inside. Hits Marcos in the shoulder. And the ref giving Muddy River players another warning about being too close to the fence, too close to the spectators, telling them they got to stay behind the dugout or he might have to throw somebody out of the game. Of course, the rules and regulations, given the current state of things, are a little different from what people are used to, but it's for the health and safety of everyone involved, so gotta abide by it. So the next batter, number 5, Arches steps in, and we've got what appears to be a defensive substitution. And we've got Brage Golding heading out to center field. And I think we got Silverman moving over to short. We've got a pop-up, a fly ball to shallow left center, and Golding, who just came in, chases it down. So Arches hits the first pitch into a fly out to center, and we've got 2 down in the inning, as number 7 steps into the plate. So Kim winds and fires to number 7. It's low for a ball. I can't quite see what the exact substitutions were, but I know Jack Martell came in from the field. As Kim winds and fires, this one is high for ball 2. And Kim checks the runner at second. He steps back to check the runner. But the runner darts back. Runners on first and second with 2 down. Kim winds and fires. That one curves in for a strike. Strike 1. The curve on Kim's pitches has been pretty effective so far, as he winds and fires another pitch. It curves in again, and we got a foul tip. Runner on second. Oliver S. was chomping at the bit to take off for third in that situation, but foul ball doesn't get a chance. 2-2 the count. Kim winds and fires. Runner goes. It's a ball, and the throw down to third is not in time, and both runners take off. So Oliver S. successfully steals third, and here's the pitch, and it's fouled off to the right side. So while Oliver stole third, Marcos trotted down to second. Count remains full with 2 outs and runners at second and third, as Muddy River threatens to expand their lead. We had a slight pause. We had a ball thrown in to the umpire from foul territory. Now Kim sets, delivers the full count pitch. Foul to the backstop.
Good pitch.
So back-to-back foul balls by number 7. And he remains at a full count with 2 outs. Kim sets, brings the payoff pitch. Curved but fouled off to the right side. 3 consecutive foul balls to stay in the at-bat. Some nice resilience here by number 7. John Kim delivers. Another foul tip, but this one right into the catcher's glove, and that's a strikeout. So Kim manages to escape the jam and keep the score at 5-1. So 2 straight scoreless innings for Muddy River, as Kim has been able to bounce back from some rough starts to both innings. And we'll see how Brookline is able to respond in the bottom half. Due up, Rocco Shorgy, Andrew Silverman, and Ramsey Annis.
I hope he's having fun trying to make him comfortable.
Brookline giving off the team cheer 1, 2, 3 hits. Hits are certainly what they'll be looking for, as the team has not managed to reach base since the first inning. So far, they've got 1 hit today, that being a single by Rocco Shorgy, who will be leading off this inning. Other than that, a walk by Andrew Silverman, and those are the only base runners they've had thus far. They've gone down in order each of the past 2 innings.
Right. He needs something he feels successful at. Yeah, but he has skills.
So as the warm-ups conclude for the Muddy River fielders, Rocco Shorgy steps into the box, gets ready to start off the bottom of the 4th inning. Jefferson sets, delivers the first pitch, and it catches the high end of the strike zone for strike 1. Jefferson sets, delivers the 0-1. Shorgy swings, connects, it's going out to left field, and it goes foul. So a quick 0-2 count to the third baseman, Rocco Shorgy. Jefferson sets, winds and fires. This one drops into the dirt for ball 1. One and 2 the count. Jefferson sets. He delivers. Swung on and connected, but fouled back to the backstop. So 1 and 2 remains the count. Jefferson sets. Winds and fires. He reaches out and connects. Pitcher dove for it, couldn't grab it, but the second baseman manages to grab it and just throws him out at first. A nice play by the second baseman on what could have been an infield single for Rocco Shorgy, after the pitcher dove for the pitch back to hit back to him and couldn't reach it. Ends in a 4-3 ground out as Andrew Silverman now comes to the plate with 1 out. First pitch catches the inside corner, strike 1.
Hey, Silver, let's go, kid.
0-1 count. Jefferson sets. He delivers. Right down the middle for strike 2.
Let's go, Silver.
Silverman walked his last at bat, but now faces a quick 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swings on, connects. It's a grounder over to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Thrown. And they didn't get him in time. So an infield single for Andrew Silverman. That was a really close bang-bang play. But the ump said they just didn't get him in time, and so Brookline has their first base runner in 3 innings. With Andrew Silverman on first, Ramsey Ennis, the catcher, steps in. Last time up, he hit a sac fly out to deep left field. If we go back over his last 2 at-bats, spanning back to the previous game, each of his last 2 at-bats have gone on fly balls to deep left. We'll see where he puts it this time. First pitch. Outside for ball 1. Almost got away from the catcher, but fielded cleanly again. 1-0 the count. A runner on first. Here comes the pitch. That one's low for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch from Jefferson. Ennis swings, connects on a grounder to third. They throw to second and not in time again. So back-to-back infield hits for Brookline, and now they've got runners on first and second. And the coach comes out to talk to his pitcher. You know, in baseball, especially at this level, a pitcher is only as good as the fielders behind him. And we've seen how John Kim has had some struggles with the fielders behind him so far today as he now steps to the plate, hoping to help his own cause. And now the fielders just not quite fast enough to throw out these Brookline runners, particularly Andrew Silverman, who reached on an infield single to shortstop and then outsped the throw from the third baseman. Kim is showing bunt already, with runners on first and second and 1 out. Jefferson sets, winds and fires, and it's high for ball 1. Trying to catch the runners taking off with no bunt laid down, but Kim smartly pulls back and the runners smartly pull back. Kim not showing bunt this time. Here's the pitch, and it's low for ball 2. Runners on first and second, 1 out. John Kim at the plate trying to add to his own cause as Jefferson steps off the bag to check the runners. Jefferson steps back in, and he sets, delivers, catches the inside corner for strike 1. 2-1 now the count to John Kim. Jefferson sets. He delivers. That one is high for ball 3. A 3-1 count. John Kim is making him work for it. Jefferson stares in. Sets. Fires. That one's low and inside for ball 4. So the base is now loaded. And coming up is Jack Martell. He's had some struggles in the field at the shortstop position today, and was subbed out defensively in the previous frame. So we'll see what he's able to do. If he can turn this day around for himself and for his team here at the plate right now with the bases loaded and 1 out. Jefferson stares in. He fires. First pitch is high for ball 1. One and 0 the count. Bases loaded. Jefferson delivers. High and possibly outside. 2-0. Brookline hitters making them work. Each of the past 3 hitters have faced a 2-0 count. Now Martell faces it as Jefferson sets, winds and fires. It's high again for ball 3. Jefferson just a little too high on all 3 pitches, hoping to catch the high end of the strike zone, but couldn't quite catch it, as now the catcher, Francisco, trots out to talk to his pitcher and some of the other infielders. Marcos, the shortstop, and what seems to be a substitution at first base, number 25. And after the brief get-together at the mound, the infielders go back to their positions, and Martell steps back into the box. Jefferson sets, winds and fires, and this one skips away. It's a bases-loaded walk. A 4-pitch walk, and Silverman comes in to score, and Brookline cuts the lead to 5-2. Eli Rothman now steps to the plate. Bases still loaded, still 1 down, but his team now 1 more score on the board. 5-2 the score in favor of Muddy River. Jefferson winds and fires. Just inside for ball 1. Jefferson sets. He delivers. Rothman fouls that one. It's going back. And it goes behind the backstop. Makes the count 1-1. Jefferson sets. He delivers. That one is high for ball 2.
I like my parents, they live in Florida in the winter. They just go to high school baseball games. They're fun. They're in the first season. Right. And it's good. Like, they're kids.
Brookline hitters making them work. Jefferson. And it's a timeout called by Rothman. Rothman steps back in after the brief timeout. 2-1 still the count. Jefferson winds and delivers. Outside for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Could potentially see another bases loaded walk. Jefferson sets. He delivers. And just low. Now we have another walk. And this time Ramsey Annis comes in to score. And Brookline cuts the deficit to 5-3. Jefferson was dealing the past 2 innings, and he was dealing to start off this inning. He only threw 1 ball through the first 2 hitters, but after that he threw at least 2 balls to each of the past 4, and he has now walked back-to-back hitters with the bases loaded, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching substitution.
Her husband couldn't find a job. Like in the Tampa area.
Looks like we'll have number 15 taking the mound for Muddy River.
Yeah, there's not a lot of colleagues. So how long did you live down there? 5 years for the PhD. Okay.
So Jefferson's day comes to an end at the mound. He lasts 3 1/3 innings, giving up 3 earned runs on 3 hits and 4 walks.
There you go. My younger sister, she has a PhD in chemistry. Her and my brother-in-law. She works for Pfizer.
And he struck out 4 as well.
They live in Lincoln.
Lincoln?
Yeah.
There is a one Pfizer on the, I think
Oh, while the new pitcher warms up, I'll mute the mic for a quick break, but we'll be back soon once everybody's ready. Stay tuned. And we're back.
What is the score now?
And now that our new pitcher has warmed up, Jake Levin steps in for Brookline with the bases still loaded and 1 out.
Yeah, focus on the
Number 15 ready to fire his first pitch. Levin connects on it. It's going through the gap on the left side, off the shortstop's glove, and everybody reaches safely.
Let's go!
Hard to say whether that was an error, as it was just some very nice footwork actually by the base runner. I believe it was Martell as Kim comes in to score. And now we've got our next batter. That's Declan Tracy. It's a grounder to second. He is out, but Jack Martell comes in to score. And we've got ourselves a tie ball game. As Ian Glick steps in with runners on second and third, 2 down and a chance to give Brookline the lead. So very quickly, some nice contact by Jake Levin. A nice hop over the grounder by the base runner, Jack Martell, that made things difficult for the shortstop to field it. A run came in on that, and then a sacrifice ground out by Declan Tracy. Now Ian Glick stands in. First pitch just catches the outside corner, strike 1. So right after number 15 comes in, 2 pitches, 2 swings, and 2 runs, and Brookline has tied this game. 0-1 the count. Winds and fires. Into the dirt, but stopped by the catcher. He holds Eli Rothman at third. As Jake Levin stands in at second. 2 down. The base hit means the lead. 1-1 the count.
Here we go, Blicky. Let's go, kid.
He sets. Here comes the pitch. Swung on by Glick, and that's going to take a weird hop. Grabbed by the second baseman. He throws, and he catches it. Some tough luck for Ian Glick as he got a nice hit on it, but it skipped awkwardly off some point in the infield and made it easier to chase down for the second baseman, actually, though he did have to kind of hop to grab it. But once he had it, it was an easy throw to first and an easy end to the inning. But still, Brookline ties up the game 5 apiece. We've got ourselves a ball game now, folks. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching substitution for Brookline. It looks like Jack Martell is going to take the mound. So after scoring the tying run the previous half inning, Martell, who had his fair share of struggles at the shortstop position and was taken out for a defensive move, now looks like he's going to be taking over for John Kim. Meanwhile, John Kim will take Martell's old position at shortstop. Andrew Silverman will return to center field. And I think Brage Golding will... It looks like Brage Golding will be moving over to left field, possibly. And it seems like it'll be Ian Glick who moves to the bench this time. Due up for Muddy River, they'll start with Nate, and then Francisco, and then Oliver W. Now on the last at bat, Nate struck out looking to end the top of the second. And then before that, he was hit by the pitch in the top of the first. So 0 for 1 thus far today with a strikeout. And hasn't seen the plate in a little while as John Kim regained his form in the later innings. He finishes with 4 innings pitched, 5 runs, but only 1 earned. And we'll see if Brookline can continue its rebound defensively. It's managed to hold Muddy River scoreless each of the past 2 innings. And Nate, the left-handed batter, steps into the box for Muddy River. And Martell sets and delivers his first pitch. Into the strike zone for strike 1. And listen to the dugouts of both teams. Even the short-handed Brookline squad that only has 3 players on its bench right now, as the next pitch is fouled to the backstop. So 0-2 the count. Martell winds and fires. This one skips in the dirt for ball 1. Nate steps back in. Martell fires, struck him out. Gets him swinging. And that's the first out of the inning. As Nate gets his second strikeout of the day, and the catcher, Francisco, steps up to the plate. 1 out. Martell winds and fires. That one's high and inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Francisco. Last time up, he struck out and was tagged out on a dropped third strike. As the pitch is connected on, it goes foul down the third base line. So a 1-1 count now to Francisco. Francisco had an RBI single in the first inning, and then struck out his second at bat as he swings on a pitch that dropped off the table, and we've got a 1-2 count. Martell winds and delivers, catches the outside corner and gets him looking. Great start so far for Jack Martell as he strikes out each of the first 2 batters he faces. And pretty quickly, too. 4 pitches for each batter A strikeout for each, and now Oliver W. steps in. Pitch from Martell. He connects on the first pitch, and a grounder gets past the first baseman. Not sure what happened there. It just bounced weirdly away from the glove of Eli Rothman. So another defensive gaffe for Brookline, as number 25 now steps up to the plate. He is also a lefty. He'll be stepping in for Aldis. Here's a pitch from Martell. It's fouled back for strike one. Martell sets. Winds and fires. In there for strike two. Martell working quickly and efficiently against these hitters. 0-2 now the count. Martell checks the runner at first. He delivers inside for ball one. Annis checks the runner over at first and then tosses it back to his pitcher. 1-2 the count to number 25. Martell delivers. Catches the outside corner again. A third strikeout for Jack Martell, and the Brookline players are feeling it. As we get ready to go into the bottom of the fifth inning, the score remains tied at 5 apiece. Due up for Brookline will be the start of the order. That'll be Brage Golding, Rocco Shorgy, and Andrew Silverman. Returning back to the mound for Muddy River is number 15, who came in relief of Jefferson, gave up an infield single to Jake Levin, a sacrifice ground, an RBI groundout rather, to Declan Tracy, and then forced Ian Glick to ground out to end the inning. Of course, Brookline made good use of those infield singles in the bottom of the fourth in their comeback, as they had a total of 3 infield singles and 3 walks in order to string together a 4-run inning without sending a ball out of the infield. I mean, you talk about small ball, it does not get much smaller than that. But anyone who's played any sport knows, you take what they'll give you. You take what you can get, and you try your best to win. That's all you can do. So it seems like the Muddy River coach is catching up the umpire on some defensive substitutions. And the pitcher hasn't had a chance to warm up as he was waiting for his catcher to get set up after he was one of the batters who was struck out by Martell the previous half inning. So while they looks like they'll have an abbreviated warm-up now that the catcher is out. Catcher throws down to second, and we're getting things started. Brage Golding, who started out as the extra hitter, played part of an inning out in center field, and then moved out to left field. Now steps in to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch. It's high for ball 1. Golding grounded out to second his last at bat. Golding tried to lay down a bunt, but the pitch dropped off the table, and so instead he's left with a strike. 1-1 the count. Pitch. Way high, away from the catcher's glove and back to the backstop. That'll be ball 2. Golding thus far 0 for 2 with a strikeout for the day. Here comes the pitch. Just outside for ball 3. Once again, plate patience, one of the key skills here. The 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Once again, it curved away from him. Golding is mad about that one. He either really wanted to make contact or felt like he might have been able to draw a walk on that pitch. Either way, full count. Pitcher sets. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it's high for ball 4. Golding gets things started with a walk. And now Rocco Shorgy, who led off the last inning with a ground out to second, steps back in. He is 1 for 2 so far, with a single up the middle and a run scored in the bottom of the 1st. First pitch. Curves in there for a strike. Runner on first with no outs in a tie ball game. And Golding is taking off. Brookline really loves to catch the opposing fielder sleeping, as Brage Golding just took off in between pitches. And it succeeded. I mean, once again, for the 2nd game in a row, I'll say it. You can't argue with results, no matter how crazy the base-stealing scheme seems to be. If it works, can't argue with it. Here comes the pitch. High again. Ball 1. 1-1, now the count.
Let's go, wait! Let's go, wait! Wait for yours, wait for yours! Hey, let's go, kid! Let's go, Fred! Let's go, Rocco! Let's go, hey, Rocco! Let's go, kid! Hey, Rocco!
Pitcher sets, checks the runner at second, winds and fires, and it skips to the backstop, and Golding is taking off, and he slides in safely. Brage Golding, the go-ahead run, now standing at third base with nobody out. And Rocco Shorgy facing a 2-1 count. Can Shorgy deliver the go-ahead run here? Checks the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Drops low for ball 3. The Brookline hitters exhibiting that plate patience. Shorgy, one of the real specialists at it in this lineup. 3-1 the count. Checks the runner at third. Winds and fires. And it's low again for ball 4. And we have our 2nd consecutive walk. Runners on the corners now. And the coach comes out. They might be making another pitching substitution. Looks like they're moving some of the fielders around. So it looks like they will be bringing in a new pitcher. And it's going to be Marcos, the shortstop.
A 70, 80, 90.
And meanwhile, number 15, it appears, moved to first base. Number 23, Aldis, moves. Nope, number 15 is going to be playing second base. They keep number 23, Aldis, at first base. And I believe they moved number 7 over to shortstop. Andrew Silverman getting ready to step in against the new pitcher. With runners on the corners, nobody out in a tie ball game. Silverman, his last at-bat, started off Brookline's rally last inning with an infield single to the shortstop, starting off a string of small ball plays that led to a 4-run inning for Brookline. The at-bat before that, he drew a walk and got all the way to third base but could not score. A hit to the outfield could bring in the go-ahead run as a warm-up pitch skips right in front of my face on the backstop. A hit to the outfield could bring things in for Brookline, but Brookline, despite its comeback, has not hit a ball out of the infield since the first inning, as we now stand in the bottom of the 5th. Silverman steps in. Marcos stares him down. He sets. Here comes the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. With runners at the corners, it's possible Brookline could go for another double steal attempt, maybe another walk-off play. But for right now, the count is 1-0. Marcos fires. Shorgy takes off. And the pitcher cuts off the throw back from the catcher. So a 2-0 count as Shorgy moves into scoring position with a steal. The pitch catches the high end of the strike zone. 2-1 now the count.
Let's go, 9.
Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Tie ball game. Here comes the pitch. He swings and connects. This one's going out to the outfield. It'll be a sacrifice fly to center field as Golding dashes across home plate and Brookline takes the lead. A successful sacrifice fly to center field by Andrew Silverman brings in Brage Golding and moves Rocco Shorgy to third. And Brookline, for the first time this game, has the lead 6-5. Now up is Ramsey Annis. Before that sacrifice fly, Annis was the last one to hit to the outfield, and the first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Of course, his last at-bat, Annis had an infield single to third, where Silverman managed to outrun the throw to second base and make sure everybody landed safely. The 1-0 pitch to Ramsey Annis is high for ball 2. One out in the inning, a runner on third. Here's the pitch. Annis fouls it behind him, and that's going to be strike 1. 2-1, now the count.
Hey, 2-1, let's go, Ramsey. Hey, 2-1, let's go, kid.
Here comes the pitch. Inside, skips away from the catcher. Shorgy decides not to go. But either way, that is ball 3. Annis now faces a 3-1 count.
Let's go 2-1. Let's go, Ramsey.
And we got a quick time as Marcos asks for a new ball. Annis steps back into the box, ready for the 3-1 pitch. Pitcher winds and fires, and catches the corner for strike 2. Annis was getting ready to trot down to first, but instead he'll face a full count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Just missed, and that's going to be another walk. John Kim, the starting pitcher for Brookline, who has now been moved to shortstop, left the game with a no decision as his team managed to come back and tie the game. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. Fastball right down the middle. Runners on the corners. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. As Brookline leads Muddy River 6-5. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on a hit and run, and it's going down the first base line. It's going into right field. Shorgy's going to come in to score easily. Annis goes all the way to third, and Kim runs for second. The ball skips away from the second baseman, and they all stay. So a double down the first baseline by John Kim brings in another run, and Brookline now leads 7-5. Now stepping in is Jack Martell, the new pitcher. And the first pitch goes all the way to the backstop, but the runners hold. So ball 1, a 1-0 count after a nice hit by John Kim. Now Martell hoping to add to his own cause as the ball is away for ball 2. Here comes the pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. And we got a quick time. Now we step back in. 2-1 the count to Jack Martell. Here it comes. Skips away from the catcher, and this time Annis is taking off. The play at the plate, it gets away from the pitcher, and Annis slides in safely. So that'll count as ball 3 against Jack Martell, but more importantly, the wild pitch allows Ramsey Annis to come in to score. As John Kim runs down to third, and Brookline now leads 8-5. 3-1 count to Jack Martell as Brookline keeps the rally going. Here comes the pitch. That one's low for ball 4. Another walk. Just this inning, that makes 4 walks. 2 each from the 2 different pitchers that Muddy River has had this inning. I had said coming in that Muddy River was having its fair share of defensive struggles, having given up at least 11 runs in each of their first 2 games. And at a time like this, you can start to see why. Not too many big hits from Brookline so far, but they've still managed to string together 8 runs. As now Eli Rothman steps up to the plate with runners on the corners, and Still only one out. Pitch comes. Runner takes off down for second. Defensive indifference, and Martell easily trots to second. So 0-1 the count. Next pitch is low, and that'll be a ball. 1-1 now the count to Eli Rothman, with runners on second and the third. Brookline again making good use of its base stealing abilities. Pitch is in and outside. Ball 2. Here comes the pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike 2. 2-2 now the count. Lined up in the pitch, and it's connected on. That's going to go through the gap to the left side. In comes John Kim, and Martell decides to hold at third, and Brookline scores again. A single through the gap between second and third by Eli Rothman drives in John Kim, moves Jack Martell over to third. Brookline now leads 9-5. And now Jake Levin comes to the plate. And once again, the situation is runners on the corners and one out. This time it's Levin, who had an RBI infield single last at bat. Here's the pitch, runner takes off, a grounder over to the shortstop. Levin gonna try and beat the throw. He can't beat it, but Martell still comes in to score. And Eli Rothman takes off all the way around to third. So an RBI ground out by Jake Levin. And Rothman dashes all the way around to third. He was taking off at the pitch. And the first pitch to Declan Tracy is a strike. Brookline leading 10-5 now. And another strike to Tracy, and we've got an 0-2 count. Winds and fires, high to the backstop, and Rothman decides to hold at third as it gets a helpful bounce back to the catcher. So that'll be ball 1. Winds and fires, connects on the pitch, and it's going right to the second baseman, but he bobbles it. Can he get there in time? Nope. Couldn't quite outspeed it despite a weird ricochet off the glove and the foot of the second baseman. Still winds up being a ground out, and the inning ends, but Brookline has now doubled its score and has a handy 10-5 lead over Muddy River going into the 6th inning. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to mute the mic and take a quick between innings break, but I will be back shortly. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field. I'm still Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and we are starting off the top of the 6th as Jack Martell's first pitch to Andrew is outside for ball 1. Brookline currently leads Muddy River 10-5 after a couple of big rallies the last 2 innings. As Martell fires again, this one is low and away for ball 2. Of course, Martell came in as a substitution on the mound for John Kim the last inning. Had an impressive outing with 3 strikeouts, but his next pitch is in the dirt, ball 3. Three 3-0 the count to Andrew. His last time up, he grounded out to second to end the 3rd inning. And this pitch is right down Broadway. Strike 1, 3-1 now the count. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt, and that's going to be a walk. So free pass for Andrew. And now we've got number 14 pinch hitting for Oliver S. Martell winds, fires, and in there for a strike. Quick timeout by the ump. Now we're back in action. Martell winds, fires, runner takes off, and we got a grounder to short. Doesn't go for the runner at second. Instead, smartly throws to first. Gets the batter out. So Andrew manages to get to second base on the hit and run. Number 14 grounds out. And now we've got number 15 at the plate. He had pinch hit previously for the starting pitcher Jefferson. Now permanently part of the lineup. First pitch from Martell is high for ball 1. Runner on second, 1 out. Here comes the pitch. High once again for ball 2. Martell gets the pitch he likes, checks the runner. Lines and delivers. This time, catches the zone for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 2-2 count. 1 down, runner on second. Martell fires. Into the dirt, ball 3. Guarded well by Annis to prevent any potential steals. And we got a full count. Here comes the pitch. Connects on it. This one's going up the middle. Shortstop can't field it, and it looks like the runner's going to try, and nope, they're going to hold him back, despite the fact that the throw is well over the head of the catcher. But still, a single up the middle by number 15 gets Andrew over to third. They hold the runner, but Brookline is going to have a meeting at the mound right now as Marcos comes to the plate. So they keep Martell on the mound after the brief meeting. Muddy River has runners on the corners with 1 out in the inning. Andrew standing at third base after a walk and advancing twice. And number 15 standing at first after a single up the middle. And now Marcos, the leadoff hitter, stands in. Pitch from Martell. Outside, ball 1. Martell sets. Winds and fires. Low and away. Two and 0 the count. Martell delivers, connects on it. This one skies out to center field. This could be a sac fly. Caught in center field. They fire back in, and they're not going to catch him in time. Andrew comes across. So a sac fly to center field by Marcos brings in Andrew. Muddy River cuts the lead to 10-6. And now Andres steps up to the plate. I've been mispronouncing his name this entire time because I couldn't read the handwriting on the roster, but I'm happy to finally get it accurately. His name is Andres. Martell delivers the first pitch, and it's fouled off behind and to the left. Strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike two. 0-2 the count. Martell okays the pitch, fires straight into the dirt. It gets through Annis's legs to the backstop, and number 15 takes off for second easily. So 1-1 the count to Andres. Number 15 stands at second base. 2 down in the inning. Martell fires. High and away. Ball 2. Martell sets, winds and fires. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Martell gets out of the jam, allowing just 1 run, and we get ready for the bottom of the 6th.
Nice commentating behind there.
Oh, thank you.
I used to take broadcast media technology, so you have
Thank you.
excellent voice.
Thank you, sir. Well, it looks like that's going to bring the game to an end here. Brookline wins by a final of 10-6. Guess they decided to end this game after 6 innings. And that'll bring it to a close. So Brookline with an impressive comeback. At one point they were down 5-0. At one point, rather 5-1. They were down 5-1 after a few innings. And they came back impressively and with some nice small ball play. So final score, Brookline 10, Muddy River 6. Brookline improves to a winning record, a 3-2 record, their first point with a winning record of this season. And Muddy River drops to 0-3. So for all of us here at Warren Field, I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Have a good night.